Welcome to Hall of Faith channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share, and press the notification button.
What does the purpose of life mean to you? For a young man in England, this question would shape the course of his entire life. Meet Charles Thomas Studd, or as he was commonly known, Connecticut. Studd. Born in the winter of 1860, he grew up with a passion for cricket, a sport he excelled in. His name became a household one throughout England, synonymous with skill and talent. But amidst the cheers and applause, Connecticut felt a void, a nagging sense that something was missing. His father, Edward Studd, had converted to Christianity in 1877 after attending a revival meeting led by Dwight L. Moody. Edward was deeply concerned for his son's spiritual well-being. He would often visit their rooms at night asking if they were ready to accept Christ. Sometimes, to avoid these conversations, the boys would feign sleep. Edward's home became a regular venue for revival meetings, hosting several preachers. His fervent hope was that his sons, including C.T., would find the faith he had found. But despite the many preachers and the numerous souls saved, the spiritual transformation he longed for in his sons remained elusive. Then, in 1878, a fateful encounter took place. As C.T. was heading out to play cricket, a preacher visiting their home stopped him. He asked C.T. if he believed in Jesus. Hoping to end the conversation quickly, Connecticut answered yes, but the preacher went further, asking if C.T. believed he would gain eternal life when he died. C.T. was taken aback. He had been living for himself, convinced that there was nothing beyond this life. The preacher explained about Jesus and his sacrifice on the cross. In that moment, something shifted. For the first time, Connecticut and his brothers genuinely considered their father's faith. They pondered the words of the preacher and the purpose of their lives. In a moment of profound reckoning, Connecticut, Studd and his brothers committed their lives to Christ. And thus began a journey that would take C.T. Studd from the cricket fields of England to the mission fields of China, India, and Africa. A journey that would transform his life and the lives of countless others around the world. For 6 years, Connecticut, Studd lived a life of backsliding. This phase of his life was marked by a struggle with faith, a pursuit of worldly pleasures, and an absence of evangelism. A talented cricket player, Studd was well known and admired throughout England. Yet beneath the applause and adulation, he grappled with a spiritual void. Despite his conversion, Studd was not immune to the allure of worldly endeavors. The fame and fortune that came with his cricket career held him in their grip. He was a man of faith on the surface, attending church and reading the Bible. Yet his actions didn't reflect the devotion he professed. His faith was a quiet one, kept to himself and not shared with the world. During this period, Studd's faith remained largely unexpressed. He didn't use his influence to spread the word of Christ, nor did he make efforts to lead others towards the path of salvation. His life was a paradox of public acclaim and private spiritual struggle. This phase of backsliding reached a turning point when his brother George fell gravely ill. This personal crisis forced Studd to confront the emptiness of his worldly pursuits. What value did his fame and fortune hold in the face of his brother's suffering? He found himself questioning the eternal significance of his life. This period of introspection led Studd to realize the transient nature of worldly achievements. He recognized that his cricket career, despite all its glory, wouldn't make a lasting impact on people's lives. This realization sparked a transformation within him. In the face of his brother's illness, Connecticut, Studd found himself questioning the value of his own life. This crisis of faith led him to recommit himself to Jesus, marking the end of his backsliding phase and the beginning of a life devoted to spreading the gospel. C.T. Studd's life took a drastic turn when he decided to dedicate himself to mission work. His commitment to Christ was cemented by a challenge from an unlikely source, an atheist. This challenge sparked a fire within him, prompting him to join a group of like-minded athletes at Cambridge who were collectively known as the Cambridge 7. These young men shared a common goal: to spread the gospel. Studd's journey of faith led him to China as part of the China Inland Missions. His dedication to serving God's purpose was so profound that he made a decision that would stun many. He chose to give away his considerable inheritance, using it to finance mission work. This was not a decision made lightly, but one born out of his deep conviction that only one life 'twill soon be past, only what's done for Christ will last. In the midst of his mission work, Studd found love. He married Priscilla, a woman who shared his passion for spreading the gospel. Their union further strengthened his resolve to serve God and his people. After serving in China, Studd felt a new calling. He felt a pull towards India, a nation rich in culture but also in need of the gospel. Heeding this call, Studd, along with his wife Priscilla, decided to take their mission work to India. Their journey was not without challenges, but their faith was unwavering. Studd's life was a testament to his belief that if Jesus Christ be God and died for me, then no sacrifice can be too great for me to make for him. His journey from a celebrated cricket player to a dedicated missionary is a powerful narrative of the transformative power of faith. With a heart for the nations, Connecticut, Studd and his wife Priscilla set their sights on India. After years of serving in China and India, Connecticut, Studd felt a new calling, Africa. With an unwavering faith and a heart full of courage, Studd embarked on a journey to the Congo, a terrain uncharted by many missionaries of his time. It was a land filled with diverse cultures and languages, a place where the gospel was yet to be heard by many. Studd's dedication to his mission was not deterred by the unfamiliar and often hostile environment. He knew that the love of God was not confined by geographical boundaries or cultural differences. In this heart of Africa, he set about establishing mission stations, each one a beacon of hope in the wilderness, illuminating the path to salvation for those who had not yet heard the good news of Jesus Christ. Studd's approach to mission work was revolutionary for his time. He believed in indigenous church planting, a practice that respects and integrates the local culture instead of imposing Western ways. He sought to plant seeds of faith that would grow and flourish within the native soil, creating churches that were rooted in the local community and culture. But the path he tread was not an easy one. Studd faced opposition from many fronts, from those who doubted his methods to those who rejected his message. The harsh conditions of the mission field took a toll on his health, and he often contracted malaria. Yet he never let these challenges deter him. His motto, "Only one life, 'twill soon be past, only what's done for Christ will last," was more than just words. It was the principle that guided his every action. Despite the numerous challenges, Connecticut, Studd remained committed to his mission in Africa. He held fast to his conviction that no sacrifice was too great to make for Jesus Christ, who was God and had died for him. His life in Africa was a testament to this belief, a testament to the power of faith and the transformative love of God. C.T. Studd's impact didn't end with his death in 1931. His influence reached far beyond his earthly years, shaping the lives of many who followed in his footsteps. Studd's writings and missionary principles held a profound impact on future generations. His wisdom, distilled into words, became guiding lights for those who too felt the call to serve in far-off lands. Each word, each sentence, each paragraph echoing with the same invincible faith and unyielding devotion that defined his life. One of the most significant influences of C.T. Studd was the founding of the World Evangelism Crusade, or the WEC. This organization, born of Studd's vision and passion, became a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring power of faith and the transformative potential of service. The WEC didn't just exist, it thrived. It grew, spreading its roots across the globe, establishing chapters worldwide. Each new chapter, a testament to Studd's enduring legacy, each new member, a living embodiment of his unwavering commitment to spreading the gospel. His motto, "Only one life, 'twill soon be past, only what's done for Christ will last," continues to resonate with many. It serves as a reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the lasting impact of deeds done in the service of Christ. C.T. Studd's life was a testament to the power of faith, the transformative potential of service, and the enduring impact of a life dedicated to Christ. He lived his beliefs, not just preached them, and in doing so he left an indelible mark on the world. From the cricket fields of England to the mission fields of China, India and Africa, Studd's journey was a testament to the power of faith and the transformative potential of service. His life offered a compelling example of what it truly means to live one's faith with courage and conviction. C.T. Studd's legacy continues to inspire and challenge Christians around the world. His life, his works, his words continue to echo across generations, reminding us all that faith is not just about believing, but about living what we believe, about serving, about making a difference, and that, in the end, is the true legacy of C.T. Studd. What does it mean to truly live for Christ? C.T. Studd's life provides a compelling answer. Born into privilege, Studd relinquished wealth and comfort to share the gospel across continents. He was an English cricketer turned missionary, whose devotion to Christ led him to China, India, and Africa, challenging the norm and redefining missionary work. Studd's motto, "Only one life, 'twill soon be past, only what's done for Christ will last," was not just a catchy phrase, but a principle he embodied. He gave up his large inheritance to finance missions work, a radical sacrifice that underscored his belief in the eternal worth of serving Christ. His courage was equally remarkable. Studd ventured into territories where no missionary had set foot before, enduring harsh conditions and diseases like malaria. Yet he persisted, driven by the conviction of his faith. He was not deterred by the enormity of the task, nor by the challenges he faced. His faith was his compass, guiding him through uncharted territories and difficult circumstances. Studd's faith was not passive. It was active, vibrant, and transformative. He believed in the power of the gospel to change lives, and he lived his life in a way that reflected this belief. His faith was not just about personal salvation, but about sharing the love of Christ with others. This is what drove him to serve, to sacrifice, and to persist against all odds. Studd's life story and his firm commitment to his faith have left a lasting impact on the world of missions. His legacy continues to inspire Christians to live out their faith with courage and conviction, to make sacrifices for the sake of the gospel, and to share the love of Christ with the world. In the words of C.T. Studd, "If Jesus Christ be God and died for me, then no sacrifice can be too great for me to make for him."
Thank you for watching Hall of Faith. Please subscribe, comment, like, share, and press the notification button.